Hello, 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 students. I welcome you again in this e-learning session. In my last lecture, we have already studied as to how the data which is stored helps us to carry out activities, or it helps different fields. The activities which we do on Facebook, WhatsApp, or any other website is recorded, so that we have seen. Okay, whatever activities you do, like sharing post, or like to like any post, or to watch videos on Facebook or YouTube, everything is monitored or recorded or analyzed. So you can imagine how that big data may be, which stores each and every activity of an individual, no matter where he lives, not only of a particular country or particular town or village, but around the globe. The people who are using this WhatsApp, Facebook, so all these activities which people carry out on Facebook or YouTube or any other website, that is recorded. Now, what are the sources of data? We also studied what are the sources of data. That is web. Data is collected from the web, sales, customer contact centers, social media, mobile data, etc. Then we have also seen uses of data. Who uses these big data? Like big data is used for location tracking, that we have seen, like GPS, global positioning system, or Google Maps make use of big data. Then we have seen understand weather patterns. Big data is also used to understand the weather patterns. We have seen, no, that natural calamities which take place, or before any of the natural calamity which is about to take place can be informed to the people, and that way we can avoid all sorts of casualties or destructions. Then big data is also used by healthcare industries, like pharmaceutical companies who make medicines. So they buy the big data by giving lot of money. Then banking, finance, and trading also use this data. So all these 4 points we have seen, that is on page number 36 onwards of your textbook. Then we move on to next part of this lesson, that is 1.4, big data, big insight. Now I will again show you some slides through which you can learn more about these datas. Okay, now you can see here extra information is given here, that is natural language processing, or in short we call it NLP. It describes the interaction between human language and computers. That is an interaction which is between human language and computers. So it's a technology that many people use daily. We use this NLP, and has been around for years. We have been using this thing for many years together, but is often taken for granted. For example, NLP that people use every day are spell check, spelling check, or autocomplete. So these are the NLP, that is natural language processing, that we use in our day-to-day transaction or interaction. The next, high frequency trading, that is HFT. Now what is HFT? It is an area where big data finds a lot of use today. Here, big data algorithms are used to make trading decisions. So, trading decisions are taken because of this HFT. So, algorithm meaning is process of set of rules to be followed in calculations, especially by a computer. So, the calculations done by the computer, it is called algorithm. So, this is used in HFT, that is high frequency trading. Now, what is done in high frequency trading? It is a type of algorithm, rhythmic trading. Algorithm means it is a calculation done by a computer in which large volumes of shares are bought and sold automatically at very high speed. Now you can imagine, no, share markets are there. People buy and take shares. So all this thing of buying and sharing, buying and selling of shares is done automatically with the help of HFT, that is high frequency uh, trading. The next fifth point is sports. Now, how sports use this big data? Now, when you when we watch a cricket match, we are shown so many permutations while watching a match. Now, you might be watching the IPL 2020. There they show you matches, and along with the matches they show permutations. Permutation means it is just an arrangement, no, different matches are shown, and statistical analysis, like how many runs that particular cricketer scored in this and this match. So that is called permutations or statistical analysis or combinations. Now when this is shown, lot of data is created, a gigantic data is created recording matches. So all the matches which are played, whether it is 2020 or test match or one day match, so all these matches are recorded, as well as the training sessions, sessions of the players, or the workouts, the physical exercise they do. Now what happens when this is recorded, or how big data helps especially the cricketers? First point is to study self performance as well as the performance of the other players worldwide. Okay, so the cricketer can study his self performance as well as he can study the performance of other players also, and that way he can improve. Now this is possible because every match, whether it is a test match or one day match or 2020 match, it is recorded. So the data is collected, information is collected, and then that cricketer can use this data to improve himself, or other players can also improve with the help of this big data or information. Then helps in improving individual as well as team performance. So that player can perform, or he can improve his game as well as the game of his team, or his team's performance can be improved by studying the data. Then third point is sensors embedded in sports equipment help to understand the game from close quarters. So there are sensors which are there in the sports equipments, like you know that there is a camera in the stumps, or there is a floating camera on top on the pitch. So this helps to understand the game from close quarters. By sitting at home, we can watch the match, each and every ball of the match, with the help of this big data. Now, the sensors help to understand the field conditions, the weather, the individual performance. So, this sensor help us to understand the pitch conditions, whether it is a bowling pitch or the batting pitch, or it also helps to study the weather condition or individual performance. So these sensors help uh, in studying all these conditions, as well as the big data also helps to the sports person tremendously. Then video analytics help to see each and every performance minutely. So analytics, I told you, in Marathi we call it Vishleshan. So the videos which are displayed, na, they help us to see each and every performance minutely. Each and every performance can be studied minutely with the help of the sensors or with the help of this data which is available. Then next is example of Facebook. How Facebook helps. Here you can target people based on buying intents. Through Facebook, our actions are recorded, means buying intent, means which products the people are buying more, that can be studied. Then website visits. How many people visit that particular website in a particular day? Then interest. The interest of the people is also checked and monitored. Then job roles and demographics. Demographics means it is a statistical data relating to the given population and a particular groups within, that is called demographs. Then advertising field also is benefited, means Facebook, Google, Twitter or any other online giant provide information to the advertisers, means they keep a track of the users behavior and transactions. So whichever product we like or we share, so these Facebook, Google, they try to track, they try to monitor, they try to record the behavior of the customers and their transactions. Everything is recorded. The things we buy on online, or we like or share post or watch any video on YouTube, everything is recorded and monitored, and that way that data is distributed, sold to the various companies. Then it provide a great deal of data about people to advertisers. So this data which is collected by Google, Facebook or any other website, so they provide this data to the advertisers, and then the advertisers can run targeted campaigns, means they make those advertise according to the data which they get from this Google or Facebook, and that way they can create an advertise to attract more customers or consumers. Now all this data is collected by Facebook algorithms. So whatever activity you do on Facebook, it is recorded, monitored, stored in the form of algorithm. Algorithm, I told you that it is a calculation. It is a calculation made by computers using big data analysis technique. So that is a technique which is used to collect data, because it is not a small amount of data, it is big, it is in billions and trillions. So it is very difficult, so they use this algorithm technique, that is calculation done by a computer. Now one more question is asked: do you think people click consciously on Facebook? Give reason. Do you think people click consciously on Facebook? Then you have to give reason for that. Your reason, your answer may be yes or no, but you have to give reason for that. Then next, seventh is entertainment and media. Now here big data focuses on targeting people with right content at right time. So the right content at right time should be given to the people. What is the demand of people? What do they like to watch? That data is collected based on your past views and your behavior online you will be shown different recommendations. So your past views and your behavior online, you will be shown different recommendations. For example, if you watch any video related to your studies, then they will show you all the videos which are related to your study. Okay, so that is, they give you recommendations. Now this technique is popularly used by Netflix, you know that, Netflix and YouTube, to increase engagement and drive more and more revenues. So whenever you watch any video on Netflix or YouTube, so you will get more and more videos related to the topic you have chosen, and that way they get more revenues. Revenue means money they get when you watch any video on YouTube or Netflix. So entertainment and media also use this big data in order to study their customers likes and dislikes. Now even television broadcasters are looking to segment their viewers database. Now television industry is also using this big data, and then they show different advertisements which people like and shows accordingly. So advertisements and shows are shown according to the likes of the people. Why this happens? Because they study the data. Whatever activities we do online on Facebook, those activities are studied by the television industry, and then the advertisements are shown, or any show or serial is shown according to the likes of the people or the viewers or the audience. Now this will allow better revenue. Now this helps them to take revenue, more money from ads, advertisements, and will provide a more engaging user experience. So television industry also use this big data. The next last point is education industry. So education industry is also using lot of big data to give information about the students. So information of the students is collected to show students study patterns, what kind of pattern they follow. That is also recorded, monitored by big data to prepare customized and dynamic learning programs. Now different learning programs are customized, like you see on television, no, advertisements by juice and all this programs according to the need of individual student. So education industry is also using this type big data. Big data makes it convenient to understand students choices. What is the choice of student? That is understood by collecting big data. Their difficulties, their problems, their difficulties are also solved. So if you have any difficulty regarding any subject, we can go on YouTube and you can watch videos and we can solve any difficulty which we face, or information regarding various courses. So with the click of the button, we can study various courses which are available in science faculty or in arts faculty or in commerce faculty, and their specialties or scope. We also have an access to the results also. So the board results or any other university results, that is also stored in this big data. So from the results, we can gauge the progress of the students. We can study the progress of the students and understand his strength and weaknesses. So your textbook, 12th standard textbook, or we can see that there are many job opportunities, career opportunities are given at the end of the every lesson or every poem. They have given you career opportunities where you can make your career and get jobs easily. So it is possible only because of the use of big data. Now one more question is asked: do you think big data will help to bring improvement in students? Now big data helps in guiding the student regarding the best career for him based on his mental makeup and abilities. So, with the help of big data, we can choose our career. We can make our career in a particular field based on our mental makeup or our likes or of our choice or our abilities. Then next is big data has provided a solution to one of the biggest pitfalls in the education industry, that is one size fits all. So that is the biggest pitfall in education industry. uh, but now in future you'll have new educational policies where an art student can take a science subject or a science student can take history, like that. So there will be a drastic change in the education system also, because one size fits all is there in the present education system. Means what? One size fits all means suitable for or used in all circumstances. Now example is given here. You are a small of ear, you may find that those one size fits all earbuds simply don't fit. Means some students are good in arts, some are good in science, some are good in sports, some are good in drawing, like that. So different students have different potential or different choices. So this can be reduced by using big data. We can find out the choices, likes and dislikes of the students, or in which field particular student can excel. So that way that student can choose that particular field and make a great success. So I think big data is helpful for all the fields, including education field, education industry. So big data is helpful in scientific researches also. Scientific researchers also take help of this big data. Then with the help of big data we can understand geographical phenomena, and it helps in smooth working of the government machinery. So government bureaucracy also use the big data in order to make their policies and smooth working of this government machinery. Like we can say that big data is a genie in our hands, and it lies in our hands to make the optimum use of it. We can make best use of the big data which we have for the benefit of mankind. So today we have seen 1.4, that is big data, big insight. You can read that uh, lesson also, and then you can solve the activities given on 1.4. So we will stop here. I hope you understood this lesson and try to solve the activities. Then I have also given a PDF file on our group regarding evaluation or weightage of marks, as well as the type of question paper or format of activity sheet. So you can go and find out on your group about the format which is going to come for your board exam. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.